Hey guys, welcome back to Batman 130, covered by, what is it, Stepjan Sejic. Okay, I have something to say. Let's dive in. So we begin where we left off. Batman was flown into space or ejected into space because something that happened in issue 129. I thought it was ridiculous. But this whole comic is one ridiculous scene after another. It's all convenient stuff. Okay, so we see Batman. He doesn't have any protective suit. Well, you can say, well, that his bat suit is, I don't know, resistant to all this stuff. But he has almost no oxygen. He only has some kind of a oxygen mask on, and he's floating into space. Then he uses, conveniently, the propulsion of the grappling gun, flying towards this Justice League space carrier. You know, it's broken beyond repair, but conveniently, there is an oxygen tank here that gives him at least, I don't know, 12 hours or something oxygen supply. Not only that, he uses the booster to propel himself through space. Now, okay, so, and there is a button here that he presses, and every time he presses it, there is a, I don't know, he can go as fast as G-Force 9 or something, and if he presses it too long, then he passes out, so he needs to release it once in a while. So, okay, I have something to say about that. Not only the ridiculous, convenient things that are floating here that makes them survive space and all that stuff. But, you know, this is a, let's say, a turbo, right? A booster, a turbo. So, and it has a power button? Isn't it so that, I mean, this turbo is infused with the mechanical and electronic parts of the Justice League spaceship thingy. So that means if you are in the cockpit, there is a button for the turbo to give you acceleration, right? How is it that there is on the outside of this whole turbo is a power button? If I'm going to I have a Toyota, right? It's in front of my door. It's an old car. It's a 1600 motor. It's not much, but it works. And if I'm ripping out, the motor, there is no button that I could press so that the motor can spin, right? That's not how it works. But conveniently, I don't know, somebody built a turbo / booster with a button on it. That's stupid. Anyway, and he also uses the back grappler to boost it more. So I'm not an astrophysicist or something, but I know that astronauts has computer systems in their space thingy and in their I'm forgetting. If they're going back to Earth, there is the ship computer calculates all the stuff for angles and debris, and I believe debris. But the angle that they are going back into orbit, you know, otherwise they're gonna burn up. Batman doesn't have that, but he still goes into Earth orbit, enters it, survives it. And then even then, the gas mask, I mean, the oxygen tanks explodes. He's still falling. His suit is on fire. He covers his face with the bat cape thingy. So, and then, I kid you not, he goes down into the Arctic because that is exactly where he needs to go. Still have his mask. I mean, his face should be burned up. I mean, his whole body. You cannot tell me that his current suit that he has on is, how do you say, atmosphere entry resistant, right? So he goes down very, very fast. And then he lands in the Arctic near the Fortress of Solitude. And he stands up like he has just to have a mild sunburn when he was, you know, lying in the sun on the beach at Miami. This is stupid. This is actually stupid. I mean, the rest of the suit is pretty okay, except maybe for his cape. But, you know, even his bat girdle is just It's not molten. It's not burned to ashes or something. Nah, it's just perfectly fine. And then not only that, Superman is still weakened somehow, convenient plot point, and he has some kind of a solar chamber or whatever. And then Batman comes in, like a stroll. I mean, I don't know, man. I believe the Arctic is min 50, min 100. I'm exaggerating. I don't know how much, but it's pretty cold there. And he just walks in like it's, like he's going to work on a Monday, And then when Tim is here, ask him what's happening. He makes I fell from the moon. And then, Jesus Christ. And this is just stupid. So he asks his Clark is okay, and he says, I'm not 100%. Of course not. So Failsafe also is here at the right same time that Batman fell from the orbit. Yeah, how convenient. And then Superman changes into, I don't know, some kind of a Kryptonian battle suit. I've seen this kind of stuff before. And so he punches it, and strangely enough, there's no damage to Failsafe, although, okay. And Failsafe says that Kryptonians, just like humans, have pressure points. So he presses somewhere in the neck, and God. By doing that, he is pressuring nerve endings so that Superman uses his heat vision, making him disorientate and weak or something. And he is also conveniently have that. Yes, right, that. So Superman is done in seconds. Meanwhile, Tim says, hey, what's the plan? Failsafe is almost indestructible. So he says that the new Genesis element X laser created a dent in him. And but Batman says he's tough inside and outside. But he wants to access his programming through the breach with nanobots. The problem is that the normal virus won't stop him. His programming will reject anything seen as hostile. The most we can hope for is to subtly shift his traits, introduce a personality extension that won't be immediately attacked by his original program. And he says, what if that doesn't work, etc. And then Batman has internal crisis again, and so he thinks back, and he feels bad again. Oh man, what is it with these writers, making Batman such a wuss? But then he says something cool that, this thing is designed to be Batman, but it doesn't stand a chance against Batman and Robin. I mean, I think, yeah, that's cool. But, this creature thing, robot just beats Superman. And it's very bold for you to say that. Okay. On the verge of arrogance. This is a shit comic. So they are walking from the Fortress of Solitude. It's still min 50 or min 100 and exposing skin and all that stuff, especially Robin. Yeah, there's no, they don't be getting phased by that because, right? Cold, heat from your orbit, burning to death. No, it's just a Sunday afternoon, according to these guys. Mm-hmm. So they are battling them, but Failsafe is too strong, of course. But then Batman injects him with the nanovirus thing, and I wonder, how does that work? I mean, is there some kind of an exhaust port or a USB port that he can plug it in? While he just jumps away, and I don't get it. So then this is happening, and he is acting weird. But now get this, guys. So the way to defeat Failsafe is by power of compassion. Yes, guys, the power of friendship will save the day again. This is stupid. And it's what separated us. I may be a Dark Knight. I may be vengeance. Is that what Batman is now saying to himself? I mean, that's what other people saying about Batman. He's not one that's boasts the fact that he is the Dark, well, he says the Dark Knight, but not that he's vengeance and the Dark Knight and all. That's not what he says about himself. Okay, moving on. But I still care, and now so do you. So, I don't know, he just... Failsafe was going to the Fortress of Solitude, and Batman and Robin just standing there, waiting, doing nothing, until Failsafe comes back. And, but also the dialogue. Now, let's see. But we still need to do it. They just ran into the fortress. What do you mean, they? This is... I hope this is not a they-them thing, right? This is a robot. It's a it. It's not a they. It doesn't have a split personality. It's one entity. It's one programming. It is not a they. So he comes out. It comes out. Jesus. And he says he wants to eliminate Batman, but he can't somehow. And Batman says it didn't work. Tim screams, trying to convince the robot to appeal to his new programming. I mean, how do you know it's actually working, right? And then he has some kind of a gun. Batman looks at him and more flashbacks. And then he looks with his soy face and look at this posture. He says, Tim, it'll be okay. And then Failsafe shoots him. And then Batman is dead, right? And Tim says, no, you were supposed to have compassion. Tim Drake, that was compassion. He destroys the weapon. And he says, also the color changes. Batman eliminated, program, and program. And Superman just lies there like a bitch. And that's the end of the story. Well, not really, because Batman survives somehow and he lies in some kind of alley. So there's some kind of a teleportation device, I guess. What was the purpose of him shooting? So even if it was compassion and didn't want to kill him, why did he need to be teleported away? I mean, if he knew that Batman was still alive, which he knew because he shot him with this, I assume, teleportation device, why did he go after Batman like he did in the other previous issues and try to kill him? Unless this weapon was meant to kill the Batman, but it didn't? But how? This is some kind of a disintegrator, right? You knew what is... It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, guys. It really doesn't. I mean, this is bullshit. And we have some backstories about, you know, the programming with the Batman of Zur-En-Arrh, you know, try to lead him into more darkness stuff and all that stuff. I like the art, by the way. And, yeah, also by Chip Zdarsky and another guy. It doesn't matter. Anyway, and he's donning his golden bat logo. And the writers is trying way too cool to be cool here. This should be a fantastic, exciting finale of the story. But, you know, Batman being constantly invulnerable, untouchable, you know, surviving space, surviving re-entry into orbit. It's getting ridiculous. I love Batman. Batman is one of my favorite characters ever. But, you know, he's being mishandled by all these new modern creators. Like I said, this should be an epic finale. But then, I don't know, Batman is doing nothing. He's just running around being edgy and making jokes. And then, you know, temperature doesn't faze him. Batman is slapped around, and Superman is being slapped around like he's one of the weakest members ever created in DC history, although he's the strongest, right? Yeah, and then Failsafe takes off and says, bye-bye, where the programming's ending, and we probably see him again in the near future or maybe in 10 years or something. This is trash. This is trash writing. In the beginning, I think, oh, this was cool. The art is great, by the way. And I heard rumors about Chip Zdarsky being a hack writer, or, you know, not the best one. Maybe that's the better word. But I didn't thought it would end it like this. This is really bad, right? Shouldn't survive this with the stupid power generator thing is also stupid. I don't know, just plot point after plot point, plot armor, I should say. It's all too convenient. This is not logical at all. I know this is a comic book, but this is ridiculous. Guys, it's Chip. I cannot say anything else. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think about this crap. Maybe you like it. That's okay. I didn't. On to the next one. Bye-bye.